Nanci Dannison, a successful attorney, found herself facing a terrifying diagnosis: cancer. The news hit her like a ton of bricks, shattering the normalcy of her daily life. She had always been a pillar of strength, both in her professional and personal life, but this diagnosis brought her to her knees. Despite her deep Catholic faith, fear gnawed at her as she prepared for a high-risk surgery in 1994. Her faith had always been her anchor, but now it felt like she was adrift in a stormy sea. She spent countless hours in prayer, seeking solace and strength, clutching her rosary beads as if they were a lifeline. Little did she know, this surgery would become a life-altering experience, forever changing her perspective on life, death, and the universe. The sterile environment of the hospital, the cold steel of the surgical instruments, and the focused faces of the medical team were all part of a journey she never anticipated. Nanci lay on the cold operating table, her heart pounding with a mixture of anxiety and hope. She could hear the steady beep of the heart monitor, a reminder of her fragile existence. The bright lights above her seemed almost blinding, adding to the surreal nature of the moment. As anesthesia flowed through her veins, she drifted into what she thought would be oblivion. The world around her began to blur, and she felt herself slipping away, surrendering to the unknown. But instead of darkness, Nanci found herself wide awake, hovering above her own body. It was an out-of-body experience unlike anything she had ever imagined. She could see everything with crystal clarity, from the medical team working below to the intricate details of the operating room. She watched in astonishment as doctors worked frantically below, their efforts to revive her failing body proving futile. The scene was both mesmerizing and terrifying, a dance of life and death playing out before her eyes. Fear, which had been a constant companion, surprisingly melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of peace. It was as if she had transcended the physical realm, entering a state of pure tranquility. The worries and fears that had plagued her seemed insignificant in this new reality. She felt no pain, only a profound sense of liberation and a strange detachment from the drama unfolding beneath her. The bright light above the operating table seemed to beckon her, offering a sense of comfort and warmth. Nanci realized with a jolt that she was witnessing her own death. The realization was both shocking and enlightening. She understood that this was not the end, but a transition to something greater. Her perspective on life, death, and the universe had been irrevocably changed, and she knew she would never be the same again. As the commotion in the operating room faded, the beeping of machines and the hurried voices of the medical staff became a distant echo. Nanci felt an irresistible pull towards a brilliant white light, a light that seemed to call her name, drawing her in with an almost magnetic force. This wasn't just any light, it pulsated with an energy that was both welcoming and awe-inspiring. It was as if the light had a heartbeat, a rhythm that resonated deep within her soul. It beckoned her closer, promising something beyond human comprehension, something that words could never fully capture. It was a promise of peace, of understanding, of a reality far greater than the one she had known. With a mix of curiosity and anticipation, Nanci moved towards the light. Each step felt both heavy and light, as if she was walking through a dream, yet more real than anything she had ever experienced. As she drew nearer, a wave of unconditional love washed over her, erasing all fear and doubt. It was a love that transcended any earthly emotion, a love that was pure and all-encompassing. She felt completely enveloped in its warmth, embraced by a sense of belonging she had never known before. It was as if she had finally found her true home, a place where she was accepted and cherished for who she truly was. It was within this luminescence that Nanci encountered beings of pure light, entities that seemed to be made of the very essence of the light itself. These entities, she instinctively knew, were far more evolved than anything she could have imagined. They exuded a sense of wisdom and serenity that was both humbling and inspiring. They radiated love and wisdom, their presence both comforting and profound. It was as if they held the secrets of the universe within them, and yet they were there to share it all with her. These light beings, as she came to call them, communicated telepathically, their thoughts flowing into her consciousness with crystal clarity. There were no words, no language barriers, just pure understanding. Their thoughts were like a gentle stream, flowing into her mind effortlessly, filling her with knowledge and insights that she had never known before. It was a connection that went beyond the physical, a meeting of minds and souls in the purest form. Nanci felt a profound sense of peace and joy, a feeling that she wished could last forever. She knew that this experience was changing her, transforming her in ways she could not yet fully understand. The light beings guided her, showing her visions of a world filled with love and harmony, a world where every being was connected in a web of light and love. As she looked back at the light beings, she felt a deep gratitude for this encounter. She knew that she would carry this experience with her forever, a beacon of light in her heart. Slowly, the light began to fade, and Nanci found herself back in the hospital room. But she was not the same. She had been touched by the light, and she knew that her life would never be the same again. With a serene smile, she opened her eyes, ready to embrace the new journey that lay ahead, forever guided by the light she had encountered. The light beings shared with Nanci breathtaking revelations about the nature of reality, unraveling mysteries that had puzzled mankind for centuries. They explained that life doesn't end with death. Instead, it's a transition to a higher state of consciousness, a homecoming to the source of all creation. Nanci learned that our souls are eternal, constantly evolving through a series of lifetimes. Each life, she discovered, is a precious opportunity for growth, a chance to learn and expand our understanding of love and compassion. The light beings emphasized that there is no judgment in death, only unconditional love and acceptance. They unveiled the interconnectedness of all things, explaining that we are all part of a universal tapestry, woven together by an invisible thread of energy. They spoke of the power of our thoughts and intentions, emphasizing that we create our reality through the choices we make. Section 4. Witnessing Earth's History. In a breathtaking documentary-like experience, Nanci was shown the history of Earth and humanity. She witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, the beauty of creation, and the devastating consequences of greed and hatred. Time seemed to have no meaning as she observed pivotal events unfold before her eyes. She saw the interconnectedness of seemingly disparate events, understanding how individual choices rippled through time, shaping the destiny of humanity. The experience filled her with a profound sense of responsibility, knowing that her actions, however small, had far-reaching consequences. This panoramic view of history was not merely a passive observation. It was an immersive experience that allowed Nanci to feel the emotions and understand the motivations behind historical events. She felt the joy of creation, the agony of loss, and the resilience of the human spirit. Section 5. A Tapestry of Souls. The light beings showed Nanci that we are not alone in this journey. We are surrounded by a vast network of souls, all interconnected and supporting each other on their individual paths. She saw how our actions impact not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Nanci encountered souls she had known in past lives, recognizing them instantly despite the passage of time. The bonds of love, she realized, transcended physical death, connecting us across lifetimes. She saw how past relationships and experiences influenced her present life, providing a deeper understanding of her current joys and challenges. This realization filled Nanci with an overwhelming sense of love and compassion for all beings. She understood that everyone, regardless of their actions, is on their own unique journey, striving towards the same light. Section 6. Beyond Religious Dogma. While Nanci's near-death experience affirmed the existence of a higher power, the revelations she received challenged the rigid doctrines she had been taught as a Catholic. She began to question the very foundations of her faith, wondering if the teachings she had followed all her life were truly reflective of the divine essence she had encountered. The God she encountered was not a judgmental figure residing in a distant heaven, but a loving presence residing within each and every one of us. This presence was not confined to any one religion or belief system, but was a universal force of love and compassion. The concept of heaven and hell, as she had understood them, faded away, replaced by a more profound understanding. She realized that these were not physical places, but states of being that we create through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Our inner world shapes our outer reality, and we have the power to transform our lives by changing our mindset. The light beings emphasized that there is no need for fear or punishment, only endless opportunities for growth and learning. They conveyed that every experience, whether perceived as good or bad, is a chance to evolve and expand our consciousness. Nanci understood that life is a continuous journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. Each moment offers a lesson, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. Nanci realized that true spirituality transcended organized religion. It was about finding the divine within ourselves and recognizing it in others. It was about living in harmony with all beings and the universe. It wasn't about blindly following dogma, but about connecting with the divine spark within and expressing love in all that we do. This connection brought a sense of peace and fulfillment that she had never experienced before. She began to see the divine in everyday acts of kindness and compassion. Every smile, every act of generosity, every moment of understanding was a reflection of the divine love that permeates the universe. She felt a renewed sense of purpose, driven by a desire to share this liberating message with the world. She wanted others to experience the same freedom and joy that she had found, to break free from the constraints of dogma